I don't think there's such a thing as balance quantitatively. I don't think you will ever get balance. But I think it's an issue of qualitatively. How do you do that? How do you get to a space where you give yourself permission to give certain things more time than you will give others and be at peace with that? Because the biggest challenge or the biggest stress when people talk about balance is that if I've got 24 hours in a day and I've got 4 things to do, then I must divide the 24 hours equally into those 4 things. And that never happens. And what you will find, and I find this a lot also with my women coaches, is that that brings a lot of guilt. That I've spent 9 hours at work, but I've spent 2 hours with my kids. And that's when then now this hustle of trying to get this balance comes in. I don't think we'll ever get that quantitative balance, but the awareness to say I will never get it, but how do I make it work the way I want it to work? And I decide that I'm going to spend these hours at Vets, I'm going to spend these hours with my kids, and I'm going to spend these hours in my business. And for those that I end up having less time with, for an example, most likely will be your family. How do you make sure that the few hours that you have with your kids or your family, you make sure is quality so that you don't feel guilty about the quantity part? And I think that's how the closest we can get to balance. I always joke with my kids when they complain that, Mommy, you are always working and stuff, and say, my kids, I'm working for you, and the day I'm a millionaire, then we can all go away, take the whole year, nobody works, and then we go enjoy life. But yeah, it's a real thing that affects the people closest to you. And unfortunately, the ideal tells us that we need to spend so much time with them, especially as women. It gets very tricky. But the reality of the matter is that we are not going to get those equations right that the world out there expects us to get right. So it's a tricky one.